Hey friends and neighbors, how you doing? Let's talk about today. Let's just talk about some stuff before I start doing other stuff today. First of all, it is a beautiful day. It is a beautiful day. About 40 degrees when I got up this morning. Supposed to get up to 50, 55, which is pretty good for, this is January, end of January. I can't say anything bad about that. I slept, went to bed early. We tend to go to bed early. Went to bed pretty early, maybe 8 or 8:30 or something like that. I woke up at 12:30. Couldn't sleep. Just nothing wrong, nothing worrying me, nothing painful. Just couldn't sleep. So I got up and got looking online, and I have a friend that lives near me here. You may see her at some point because I might be doing some work over at her place, or we might be swapping some musical instruments. But they're entertainers. They entertain out in Las Vegas, but they bought a house and they live a few miles from me here. And she had put up an advertisement that she was looking for a blues singer that could sing some gospel music. They've got a recording studio. Well, y'all know that I know Zena, who lives down in the Bahamas, who sings in her local churches down there. She hasn't been able to come anywhere near fame and fortune because where she lives, there's just not a lot of opportunities in the Bahamas. At one point, there was a person who had a recording studio that wanted to make an album and do some stuff. Well, lo and behold, a hurricane came in and blew the whole thing away. So that didn't happen, which was really disappointing for her. So she just keeps doing what she's doing, which is singing in churches, And usually someone in the audience will hold up a phone from in the audience and record her. And then I take those recordings and I put them on her YouTube site. And sometimes I put them on mine too. So anyway, she said she's looking for somebody to sing gospel music, bluesy. And I said, well, I sent her messages and started talking to both of them about maybe you two should get together because, Zena would be perfect for that. So then I got to thinking, well, maybe that's why God had me up in the middle of the night, is so that I could make that connection between those two, which would serve them and serve God, because it would be forwarding something that promotes God, Jesus. So, sometimes if you just are open to maybe what's going on instead of complaining about what's going on, it's amazing how you can begin to see connections happening. So then this morning I got up and I've decided to sell a hammer dulcimer. I've got a nice Songbird Phoebe hammer dulcimer, kind of a beginning hammer dulcimer. Honey Baby bought this thing maybe 14, 15 years ago, and then she was going to sell it at a certain point, and I always thought it'd be fun to play with. So I said, well, I'll just buy it from you. So then I bought it. Well, I never got time to play it. She never got time to play it. And I put it up for sale. Of course, you know how Marketplace Facebook is. People call you up and say, well, I live in Virginia, but I got a friend that lives down in Athens, Georgia. So if you could replace the broken strings on it and tune it and drive it down there to him, then blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh, really? I'm selling it for like a third of the value of it to begin with. But anyway, this lady contacted me and she said, well, I want to learn a musical instrument and I want to teach my kids, and I'd love to have one, and I think it'd be good for them and good for us. And we had a long conversation. I talked a lot about mountain dulcimers and how they work and how they tune and where you could find information on them. Looked up the website from the company that makes them and all that. It's just a great conversation. She's coming tomorrow, and we're gonna it's got a couple of broken strings on it, and I told her, I said, well, I can put a couple of banjo strings on there, and then if you decide to buy strings later and put strings from them on there, you'll know how to do it, because me and you can work together to do that and to tune it and stuff. So she's coming out tomorrow, so that made me feel good. Well, the long and the short of it is, a lot of the day got past, and I didn't really do very much. I suppose I could have pulled the camera out when I was messing around with the mountain dulcimer, but it's hard to do that and film it at the same time.